Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Movie Zone's cracking time. The Goonies. Yes, the year was 1985. It was the mid 80s. It was a great time to be alive. I was 6 years of age. I was a kid. It was seriously, I have to be honest. Even Cheryl was saying it to me before she went to the shop there. She says this movie kind of encapsulates what it was like to be a kid during the 80s. And she's
Yeah.
absolutely right. This movie is sensational. And we got me co host with me tonight, the real.
Hello, everyone.
Unfortunately, Alpha can't be with us tonight because,
Ah,
real life stuff has got in the way. So I want to wish Alpha the best and we hope to see you for the next one. But yeah, of course, Goonies was going to win when I put it up against Short Circuit. I kind of knew that. Uh, but I was surprised by the amount of people that did vote Short Circuit. So we will do Short Circuit at some stage. But this movie, John, even before we start,
I
this
mean,
movie, I don't know about you
this is
growing
one.
up, but
Yeah,
when I seen this movie, man, especially as a kid, pirates, this treasure map, the fact of going looking
yeah,
for treasure. I don't know about you, but after watching this movie as a kid, the 6-year-old, I wanted to go out and look for a pirate ship and look
yeah,
for treasure. And this movie had a huge impact on me. Like a lot of the stuff that we grew up with, John.
yeah,
This is the thing that these newer fans don't understand. Like
yeah.
these movies, TV shows, all had an impact. What was this movie like for you?
Well, it was a very fun movie, and it was full of adventure. I think it sparks the interest in adventure, and as
Yeah,
you just said, about going looking for treasure and all that, and it really kind of touches your childhood because. When I was young, it was like my papa was getting me into pirates and all that, and buried treasure and all that, and it was one of these movies that kind of stuck with me.
yeah,
It was like you just wanted to, it's like it's like when you're about 5 or 6 years old, you want to do something like that and go out and explore and get your friends and do something like that. And I
yeah,
think the movie kind of sparked that imagination with me. I really liked the fact that the group of kids found this map and
yeah.
inside their attic, and
And they
that's one of
came
the biggest
together, didn't they?
moments
They
in
were
the
a
film.
dysfunctional bunch, but they were
Yeah,
friends. But
yeah,
they came together for this one common
yeah,
purpose, which
yeah,
was great. And it was about friendship and it was about
yeah,
loyalty as well, because you see, they start kind of arguing with each
yeah,
other as well. Like this movie, like seriously, I mean, as I said, this was the mid 80s. Six
yeah,
year old Noel was a bit of a daydreamer. Six
yeah,
year old Noel wanted to be everything under the sun. And then after he seen this movie, 6 year old Noel wanted to go and find pirates and find their treasure, because 6 year old Noel didn't know the difference between real life pirates today and pirates back
yeah,
then, So yeah, this movie sparked me imagination. It's and listen, 6 year old me sitting down watching this for the first time. This movie starts off at a breakneck pace.
yeah,
Anyway, as soon as they get out of the jail, they do the jailbreak.
yeah.
It's like fast pace from then on.
I mean,
You got the
that's
car
one of
chase.
them. That's an amazing scene at the jail and that, and
Yeah,
Mama Fratali is in the car, and
yeah,
the other brothers in the car, and they're waiting for him to break out of jail,
yeah,
and then they get the canister of petrol, and
yeah,
then put it all around that, and then shoot that with the gun. I mean, that's an amazing scene.
yeah. It is. This movie is it's a
Yeah,
great movie. All the kids are likable.
yeah,
Actually, I recently seen something though that kind of annoys me. Again, it's because of today's society. So this
yeah,
movie has a disclaimer on it, because it gets accused of stereotypes and fat shaming and stuff.
yeah,
Uh, but as Cheryl pointed out rightly, um, in the movie, they take the piss out of each other. It wasn't
Yeah.
sinister. Like they all take the piss out of each other. When you see them, how they and I'm being honest with you, the way they acted as kids is the way we did act as kids. You
Yeah.
know, our loyalties was shifted day to day, especially if you were a young kid.
You see,
But
that movie kind of reflects the normality back in the 80s. I mean,
yes, it
you never
does.
had you never had the phones, you never had the computers. Maybe you had computer games, but
You had computer
you
games,
went
yeah.
out and you played, and you were happy with each other. Maybe you
Yeah.
got into a fight with each other, but
But
you
you
know,
make up.
you played and
Yeah.
enjoyed each other's
Listen, you
company.
did. You fell out with your friends. I remember
Yeah,
even growing up, we'd go out and we'd be having a game of ball or whatever it was, and
yeah,
someone would say something to me, and I'd take it because I was a very sensitive sort, and I'd take it to heart, and I wouldn't talk to them for a couple of
yeah,
days. And it'd be torture for both of us because they were my best friend, and I was their best friend. You fall out, and this movie
yeah,
reflects that as well. It is. Cheryl is spot on. This does show like because each child is different. Each child has his own unique personality. And listen, this movie is just brilliant. I mean, again, I say all the child actors that were in this, all the young stars that were in this,
yeah.
deserve huge credit. This movie is just everything that I want a movie to be. A bit
Well,
of
it was.
fun, a bit of adventure, not too complicated, but one of those
Yeah,
movies still has a bit of mystery to it to keep you going. And this movie has everything. This movie
yeah,
does. I'm glad people chose this for the first movie back because, proper movie back, I should say. I know we did A Night to Remember, which was great.
yeah.
Um, but I'm glad people did pick this one because this is this. It was only after it won the vote I realised. I said, "Oh, I'm actually glad it won."
Yeah,
It's the same with ET, right?
yeah,
The Goonies and ET for me had the hugest impact. Now, not Close Encounters of the Third Kind as much. That movie actually bored the shit out of me, even as a kid. Still to this day, and I'm not saying it's not a great movie, right? Close Encounters of the Third Kind is a great movie. I know it is a great movie.
yeah,
The thing about it is though, it's just not my cup of tea. I just find it a little bit too boring. But I
yeah,
wouldn't switch it off if it was on. You know what I mean? I'd give it a watch if it was there. If I was switching channels and I seen it, I'd leave it on. But it's not a movie that I'd go out of my way to find, like E.T. or the Goonies or even the Gremlins. Movies
yeah.
like that, which I can't wait to do either. I hope everybody likes the Gremlins because
Oh, I love the Gremlins. I was a fan of Gremlins when it came out. I mean,
yeah,
I was sold in the trailers because getting ready for school and it was about 8 in the morning
yeah,
on the television. This kind of started off as this kind of kind of box with the kind of furry creature inside,
yeah.
and you didn't know what it was, and it was all the rage at school. And I remember wanting a gremlin. It was like to have something like that before anybody else. It was like, it was the kind of most important thing, to bring something like that to school and
Yeah.
wow everybody at school. And it was just the happening. One year I was in Blackpool and I was walking along, and because the movie had came out, and there was a shop, and it sold lots of Gremlins toys, and I
Oh,
was like,
nice.
I think I was about kind of 5 years old, and I was really excited. So I pulled my mum and dad into the shop, and I was like transfixed in all of them, and I just didn't know which one to pick. And I was going to go for a stripe, and
Yeah.
because when I saw that, I thought, yeah, that's the gremlin I want.
Yeah.
And then I saw the big ones down in the bottom, the big gremlin figures down in the bottom. I says, can I have this one? My mum said she couldn't afford that one, so
Oh.
my mum says, do you want the wee set of them? And I says, no, I don't want the wee set of them. And then my dad pointed out to the gizmo, the wee plastic gizmo, and I had a wee think about it. And I
You got
says,
the
yeah,
gizmo. You
yeah,
got the gizmo, didn't you?
I just,
You
I
got
just,
it.
I just fell in love with the gizmo, the
Yeah,
plastic
of course
gizmo.
you did. Everybody falls in love with Gizmo. If you didn't say yes to that Gizmo, I would have been disappointed. Everybody loves Gizmo.
And
Man,
I
oh,
remember the woman being ecstatic. She says, "Oh, you want a gizmo?" And the man went up to the back of the shop to get it because I think they were closing for the night. You know, they didn't want to pull everything out from the displays, and came rushing down the stairs with one and waved it in front of me and put it in a paper bag. And I remember that I was that desperate to get it. You know, like
yeah,
my mum says, "Wait until you get to the hotel," and I was like running. I was that excited in that, and it's
yeah,
just.
yeah. Just to
And
get
then when
home
I
so you could just get your hands on it.
went to the hotel, my mum handed me the paper bag with the gremlin in it, and I couldn't open it. You know, it was like one of these kind of packages, and it was all kind of taped and all that, and had a plastic front and that, and I ripped it open. You know, like to try and get into it, and it fell on the floor, and
Oh,
I thought I'd lost it, and I can remember looking around the hotel room floor, and it was lying kind of face down, so I picked it up, and you know the thing that it was like absolutely amazing. It was like a toy I never had. You know,
yeah,
I was like 5 years old, and my mum and dad couldn't really afford things and all that, and this thing was like gold. You know,
yeah.
it was
Of
like
course.
something I'd never ever had before, and it
Yeah, it was
looked
more than
weird.
just having it, wasn't it, back then? Like now you
Yeah,
have people that collect stuff. But for us, when we got
yeah,
something like that, it was the same when the Ghostbusters thing came out when
yeah,
I don't know, I think it was Ghostbusters 2 and
yeah,
McDonald's and Burger King and all those other shops were doing Ghostbusters promotions and you got a Happy Meal and you got Ghostbuster goodies like so every day you'd get every week you'd get something different, right?
hmm,
You get this slime or light thing that you shine on your light and then it showed ghosts and all. It was deadly. Like again, simple little thing. We appreciate it when
yeah,
we got stuff like that because, as you said yourself, your parents couldn't afford to get you everything. Trust me, our parents, if they had the money, would have got us that we wanted,
yeah,
right? Because you could tell that they did, right? I even remember some Christmases, me mum and dad being disappointed for
yeah,
not being able to get me exactly what I wanted, but I was always happy with what I got because
yeah. I
I
was the
knew
same.
I
I was
knew
the
that
same.
they were struggling. I knew that
Yeah,
they were working hard to even put food on the table. So yeah, when you get things like that, it's even heightened even more because you know you probably the next time you probably get a nice toy like that is probably a year, 2 years down the line because your parents are really struggling and you appreciated stuff like that. But yeah, listen, let's
and
get into
and
this movie though because
yeah.
what? But go on, say what you're going to say
And
first because you
that was
want
the
to
kind
add
of
something.
weirdest thing you had to use your imagination as a kid,
Yeah,
and you know it was like a wee plastic gremlin. I mean, to a 5 year old kid, I mean that was like a bar of gold
yeah,
back then, and I could
you're right.
remember it was lovely and white. The
Yeah,
plastic smelled very strong of PVC. I could remember that,
yeah,
but I showed it to everyone. I took it to school with me. Got me into trouble though, uh, it kind of discoloured and it went yellow and it got scraped and all that and it got lost and that. And you know, when Gremlins 2 came out, you know, I was like, oh, I wish I could have my Gizmo again.
yeah,
And then it was my gran that well took pity on me because I was like getting bullied at school at the time,
yeah,
and it was like it was down to her to spoil me in that because my mum and dad wouldn't do much for me, but my gran just took pity on me. But she had a
yes.
couple of drinks in her, you know. It was like she was absolutely pissed. I mean, like sitting around her, she said, "You shut up, you wee shite," and she said, you'll get it. Don't worry about it," you know. And she would take me into town, and she would go ahead and just get it. And I mean, it was just one crazy time. But there you go. And back in the day, you had a childhood. I mean, you don't really have a child. I don't know what children have for a childhood these days. I mean,
Yeah, I know. They don't know how lucky they are, really. But
I
listen,
mean,
let's get into
right?
this because this movie is
Yeah,
2 hours long, right?
yeah,
So if you want to do the countdown,
yeah,
you can go ahead there, folks. If everybody in the chat is ready, I know there's 4 of you watching. Thank you. If you could do us a favor and press 1 in the chat if you've got the movie. And we will get started now because, as I said, this movie is 2 hours. It's just 1 hour and 53 minutes. So it is a long ass movie. We'll be here till after
yeah.
10 if we keep going.
Right.
Right. Well, I don't think we're gonna. Well, I think we should just start anyway because,
Yeah.
as I said, we get the viewers after the fact with this. So let's
I was
just do
quite
it anyway.
surprised by the views of a night to remember and Rise of the Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I mean. That's so it's no big deal. But yeah, we're gonna start now, folks. So Real Super Doctor there is gonna do the countdown, and I have it on the Warner Bros. Pictures logo. 1 second in because I can't get it to 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yep.
Don't ask
I've
me
got it.
why. But there you go. So Super Doctor, go ahead.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
Make sure my volume's up all the way. There's the Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg presents a Richard Donner movie. Yeah, they did a lot of films together. It's actually very
And
long.
it's amazing to get the casting right for this, because anybody that that wasn't really successful at this would just destroyed this movie.
Oh no, there we go.
Yeah.
Not there for a minute. The sound was a bit. Well, we've got 6 people watching. We've only started the movie. We're about 30 seconds in. The Goonies, your man's hanging in the cell there. So if you want to join us, please join us. We're watching the Goonies. If you've never watched the movie before, you're missing out. Trust me. Actually, you haven't lived if you haven't watched the Goonies. Seriously. You have not lived if you have not watched the Goonies. And the music and all in this scene is perfect.
Yeah.
Right? And then it goes from this music to Watch Our Face singing.
Anne Ramsey. That's Anne Ramsey, and I forget the guy's name, but that woman there is Anne Ramsey.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think it was a fella.
She's brilliant. She was in wasn't she in another one? Was it Don't Throw Mama Off the Was it that one, Don't Throw Mama
Yeah,
Off
I love that movie. Don't Throw Mama Off the Train. That's a good one.
I think I don't know if she was in that. I think she was in that, or there was a movie similar where she's the bad woman in that as well. This is fucking brilliant, man. Like this, the start of this movie.
It's freaking hilarious.
Oh no! Look at them. She's brilliant. She's a deadly getaway driver.
Yeah.
Sean Astin. Love him.
Yeah.
There's old Josh when he was a kid.
Yeah.
You watched this movie as a kid and didn't play the Goonies at some point.
Jeff Cohn ended up being a writer, if I'm correct.
Yeah. And then
Corey. Carrie.
I mean,
Grant.
all these characters have a part to play in it, and this is what's good about the movie.
That's what I mean. There's good character development in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I have to say that's my favourite character.
I love her in the movie, man.
See when Corey Feldman takes a piss out of her. I mean, because she's Spanish. I mean, it's hilarious. He thinks of televisions. It's his funny scenes like that makes a movie. I mean,
no, it's just deadly, man. There's nothing bad about this movie at all. Not one thing. And this is just.
and this is brilliant. This character Data. I mean, he's like his dad. I mean, he's like, we find out in the end he's like his dad with all his inventions and all that.
He's brilliant in Temple of Doom.
Yeah. And Chunk with the ice cream. I mean, it goes over his face.
I was going to say something, but you can't anymore. But I was going to say, we all had a friend like that. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Because I remember when I was at school, they were all doing the truffle shuffle.
Seriously. What? I wouldn't care, man. She goes out and robs banks. Love it. Say, you wouldn't think Kathleen Kennedy was part of this, would you?
Yeah, I know.
Kathleen Kennedy worked with the best of them, and this is what I can't understand. Yeah. She worked with Steven Spielberg, Richard Donner, right? Yeah. She worked with George Lucas, and now look what she's doing. Nobody can understand it.
Well, what it is really it's because of the agenda pushing that's been forced into television programs and
Would you live in a place
movies.
Like that?
Yeah, that place is actually place is actually real and it exists. It's actually someone's home. I seen that in a documentary that the person that owns that home just uses it as kind of like a kind of tourist, a part of a story as kind of tourism, you know, because of the Goonies was filmed there.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe that's Thanos. You know?
Yeah, I know, actually.
It's like you look at him and you're like, Thanos. No. You don't see it.
It's sad because, like he's done well. He's done well.
Yeah.
He hasn't done well, unfortunately.
But there's a big story to Corey Feldman because
I know.
He knows what went on in Hollywood.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But it's just sad to see him there. That's him in his heyday right there.
Yeah.
Like. And to be honest with you, like, very clever.
This is a funny bit coming up.
Like, you know, intelligent young lad.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
first, you've got to do the truffle shuffle.
Here we go. This is brilliant, though, man.
Yeah. See how the wee kind of traps and all that? I mean...
Shut.
The chicken lays an egg in that. And he comes through the gate, they shut the door on him.
Chunk is literally me when I'm excited about things, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm like.
More amazing than Michael Jackson. Love it. Typical 80s.
Yeah.
No,
He's
My
but
sister
typical.
did.
is if they overdubbed Josh Brolin's dialogue with that Thanos.
I mean, they're completely dysfunctional. I mean, it's amazing. Amazing
Uh-oh.
how they're all come together. I mean, whoever wrote the film.
Oh, you saved us.
This bit.
Oh.
Also. That's what every kid would be doing.
That's my
Yeah.
mom's most favorite
The
piece.
fact that they put it on the wrong way as well, like.
I mean, what kind of mother would have that kind of statue in their house? I mean,
Isn't it David?
and then he's into keep fit, and he's like a monkey.
No, there she is.
There's Rosalita.
I love when he talking to her and he has her convinced that all the cocaine. Yeah. And she's brilliant in this because she actually, by the end of this movie, she becomes the bit of the
What's her
hero.
facial expression?
Yeah.
She does so much with little dialogue.
I don't think she's living, that actress that plays Rosalita.
No. Actually, hold on. We'll find out. I'll see if I can find out who she is, actually.
Because I know Mr. Walsh isn't alive.
I'm pretty sure she was in that Selena movie as well with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. Do you think your mum's going to notice?
Yeah, everybody in that. My man, dad used to be like that as well with their fucking statues, man. I don't know what people's fascination is with statues. Like, do you? I don't get it, man.
The marijuana goes in the top door.
Well, look, if that's the kind of thing you're into, fair play.
Japanese Americans and religious people.
If God meant it that way, you'd be pissing in your faces.
There she is, Rosalita. Well, she certainly does have she's an American actress.
Mhm.
She was in the movie Selena. I fucking knew. See that?
Is she still alive?
Man killer?
She was. I think she played the psycho fan killer. Yeah. She acted in numerous films and television shows, often playing the maid or near the end of her career, an all-knowing grandmother. That's right. That's right. Ah, she died in 2012.
Ah,
She was born in 1942.
my God, I'm in a
September
crazy house.
17. So she was in Selena, Real Women Have Curves, The Goonies.
Oh, she had liver cancer.
Oh,
Damn. See, this is why I kind of hate. I always do this to myself. I check the wikis out of these movies and I find out half of the bleeding actors are dead.
I think this was the first film I seen as a kid that had bad language in it, and it had been funny. You know
Yeah.
you know how you can hear bad language and it's funny in a film and that. I mean, it was the first kind of film that I kind of seen with bad language.
Yeah.
And I mean, kids swearing and all that. I mean, it was the kind of funniest thing at school as well, because we all kind of laughed about it.
Oh, fun trivia. According to Sean Astin, he was allowed to keep the treasure map used in the film. Several years later, his mother Patty Duke discovered it, thought it was just a crinkled piece of paper, and threw it in the trash.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a great scene when they go up into the attic.
Oh my God. Angela Ann Ramsey, she died 4 years after this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, when the Fratelli brothers argued,
Yeah.
Ann Ramsey really slapped Robert Davey. She was told to hit him as hard as she could.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I knew she was on throw Mama off the train. I was right here.
Damn it, you should have done this movie on June 7th. That's Goonies Day in Estonia.
Yeah, well, we're not in Estonia, we're Irish.
It's not Estonia, it's Astoria.
Estonia?
Yeah.
Well, we're only a couple of days off. 5. Well, 5 days off, that's not too bad.
There he's starting to read the books about the pirates.
Yeah.
This is when he finds the map. It is a very exciting prospect. See if you find something like that.
Of course.
And you go on an adventure, the thought of you could find lots of treasure and it could make you rich. I mean...
Yeah, man. Some of this cast have had a bit of a tragic end.
Yeah.
The guy that played Slot, drug overdose.
Yeah.
It was an accidental overdose. And again, he died in 1989, a year after Anne Ramsey.
Yeah.
That's weird. One-eyed Willie.
Oh, the Carrie Green doesn't really act anymore, but she writes screenplays.
Hmm.
So they kind of guess that the pirate ship is entombed somewhere by what he's saying.
Hmm.
Booby traps.
I love the way he keeps doing that throughout the whole movie, just mispronouncing words.
Oh, the mom died from pancreatic cancer.
What?
The woman playing the mom.
Oh, so I was going to check to see if she was
died
alive.
from pancreatic cancer.
I don't. What year?
2015.
2015.
And she's married to Robert Zemeckis.
Wow, it was Robert Zemeckis' wife. Oh, that explains a lot then.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. I mean, like, they were all, like, it was normally the same actors or actresses that starred in all their movies. You know what I mean?
No,
So it only makes sense that he'd probably fall in love with her and wanted to, or he was already married to her, and like what most directors and producers do, they put their wives in movies to give them their career a bit of a boost.
Yeah.
Rich stuff. They don't say treasure.
Yeah.
The rich stuff.
Because what they want is the rich stuff to save their home. Because basically, Troy's father wants to put in a golf course where their house is situated in the Goondocks, as they call it.
Goondocks. Yeah, hi. We're the bad guys that want to take your home. We're the pricks. Well, I put it in right after you left, so I reckon it should be done.
Okay, then.
Check it. You'll know by looking at it anyway, won't you? And feeling it. Sorry, I'm talking about chicken, by the way, just in case anybody thinks I'm talking about anything inappropriate there. She does chicken in the oven, and Cheryl's asking me if it's done. It's Dad's business. It's important stuff. It's the stuff that's going to kick you out of your home.
See, they know what's all going on in that.
That's what I mean. This movie, again, back then as kids, your parents did shield you as much as they possibly could, but you'd know, because your parents would be worried, and you know they were worried, and you just want to help them as a kid, but you can't. These kids actually get a chance to help, and I think that's why kids like this movie as well. Great movie. I mean, be honest. Your mum and dad were in a bit of a spot of bother, and your kids, wouldn't you want to help it any way you could?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I love about this movie.
I mean, it's a completely selfless act to these kids all getting together to find this treasure and all that, and put themselves through what they needed to do to actually find it.
What was it again they wanted to turn it into?
A golf course. It was supposed to be a huge golf course.
That's right, golf
Which
course
was at that time happening all over the place in America.
Yeah, so this was a way of
I don't know why anyone would want to do a golf course there.
Yeah.
You get the squirty cream out and went in and started eating it. I mean, would you do that? Go into somebody else's house and take their squirty cream out their fridge and eat it? I mean, look at that.
Well, the map doesn't.
I mean, that's the thing you did as a kid with squirty cream. You just ate it.
Man, imagine having a movie prop map and then just throwing it in the fucking bin because you think it's rubbish.
Especially as my most famous actress. I think
Cyndi Lauper.
Yep, she actually gets a credit in this movie.
Yeah, I think she actually did a song for this movie.
She did.
Yeah, and there's a video online about it.
Yeah, this song was Cheryl's just telling me there that this song that she sings was made specifically for this movie.
I can't tell. My sister and I have watched this movie over 75 times. Easily.
Everybody has seen this movie lots of times. You don't just watch this movie once. This is a movie you revisit.
Like multiple times a year we watched it. Like when
Yeah.
when we
So they
first
tied him to the chair using the bull worker.
They take the air out of these bikes because that was a big thing back in the 80s.
Yeah.
You had BMXers on your bikes. If you did that, that was like a criminal act.
Yeah.
So when he steals that little girl's bike.
Oh no,
I know, that's hilarious.
Oh no, that's
Isn't it Data's sister bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got the little training wheels.
Yeah, the training wheels. Look at that. Every kid had a bike.
Of course you did, because in the 80s every kid rode a bike everywhere.
Except if you are me, you got your grandfather's fucking bike. It was huge.
Oh no, in America every kid had a bike.
Yeah.
She just drops.
Can you not exercise like a normal?
Come on, I love that woman.
I love
She's kicking in cans.
Look, she's just kicking it on.
Rosalita, come here, help me, get me out of here.
Yeah, I know. By the way, see the way she's bringing in the groceries? That's exactly the way she brings them in. Oh.
That's the dad.
And it was BMX, man. BMX.
Yeah, the BMX. Well, it was a kind of second-hand one because back then it was like...
Oh, yeah, we couldn't afford proper brand new ones. Like, you were seeing all this shit in America and saying, oh, man, because I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I was like, I wish I was American.
Oh, no, the 80s in America was a big time.
Right, because we...
No,
there you go.
Look at his Thanos on a bike.
Yeah. I wonder if you'd go back through time and change that.
Yeah.
I tell you, for a little bike, he nearly catches fucking up.
Yeah.
See, I love this music because the tone now is changing because you know it's getting serious.
Chunk's hungry.
In fairness, you'd think they would know how to cycle bikes because they were 80s kids themselves.
Yeah.
But they were pretty shit. It's so funny to this day.
Oh, there's his girlfriend. I like the bike.
Oh.
The wee wheels come off it.
Oh.
The stabilizers. I think they changed that because he said something inappropriate when he went down.
Oh, so they had to do it again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, all this exists. All this countryside by the sea exists, but the restaurant doesn't exist anymore. It was just it was just built specifically for the set, the Goonies. That's all it was. But it'd been actually nice to know if it was like a kind of real restaurant, a real place. I mean, you'd have to be crazy to think that was an open restaurant.
No. He was actually, but this is the thing about him, he was actually right
Yeah,
this time.
yeah. But they don't believe him.
Like, I mean, he's shouting like, right outside. Froyley says, I'd love to go to this neighborhood. We got 5 people watching right now. Do us a favor if you don't mind, give this a thumbs up. And if you wouldn't mind sharing as well, that'd be fantastic. I love this.
Bullet holes. So funny when they're inside the restaurant. Man, look at the cobwebs. I mean, uh-oh.
He's brilliant in this movie, man.
Yeah. I mean, say if they did a Goonies too, I mean, most of the surviving cast would want to go back and revisit it.
Oh.
I'm actually quite glad there hasn't been a Goonies 2 because it would have spoiled this.
Yeah.
She's going to cook you some. The only thing we serve here is tongue. Oh, Craic.
We got Cam in the chat as well. Hey, no, disappointed that I missed doctor's appointment. Drop the like. Everyone have fun and be well. I hear Ted, the super pup. Cheers. Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate it. Look at that bleeding water. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, or ma'am.
He's right. Why don't you listen to him?
Or dinnerings, Mikey. I mean, this is a kind of terrifying scene. This. I mean, you go down to into a kind of basement, a kind of disused basement. I mean, you hear the grunting. Actually, this kind of scared me as a child. I don't know why.
Yeah, because you didn't know what it was at first,
No.
but then when you see him, you're kind of okay.
Uh-huh.
You're still a bit scared though, because you're kind of wondering,
Yeah.
is he going to eat your head off?
So that's basically his deformed brother. I mean, and they're abusing him, they're chaining him up and all that. And actually, he's got a heart of gold. I mean, they find out at the end that he's one of the good guys. And I mean, the family are criminals, escaped criminals. See, I don't know if this film would be, it would raise a lot of issues, and it would trigger a lot of people, and there would be a lot of complaints about it these days. I mean,
He was an American football player.
yeah.
That jersey he wears is the team he played for. I think it's the Oakland Raiders.
Kids suck.
They shot the movie almost always entirely in sequence.
Now this is weird. They're trying to dispose of this body, and they take it along with them, and somehow they put it in a freezer again. And it's supposed to be an FBI agent.
Yeah, hold on. Chris wants a timestamp. I'm 36 minutes. Hold on.
36 minutes, 34.
Yeah, put 36, put 37 minutes. By the time you get by the time it loads up, we should be in sync.
You know what's so weird is seeing the kids now and knowing what they look like today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they still look like them, but just so much
older.
Right. It's weird though. Except Chunk. He looks different.
No problem, Chris.
This was Josh Brolin's first big screen role.
Well, it was a good role to get.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to kiss the hot girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd say he's done all right.
What?
I'd say he's done all right.
He's done well for himself. Good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Should be in a lot more movies than he's in. Decent movies, I should say. But yeah, I like him as an actor.
Right now,
I'd like to see him in I'd like to see more modern day westerns being made, because I think they make them great now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see him play a cowboy.
Actually, Josh Brolin just came under a bunch of attack.
Oh, who cares?
Because he has a little daughter.
Yeah.
And he's modeling her toilet training. So he's got a picture of him sitting on her little potty.
Yeah.
Pants down, all that stuff, and posted on Instagram.
And he's getting stick for it.
Yeah, because people are saying it's inappropriate and he's making in front of his kid. And
yeah, that's a lot of bull. Shut up, man. Our parents used to teach us how to go on the potty. Like,
how else do you learn?
So this is them down in the cellar again. Chunk, I hope it was your stomach. So funny. And they still want to kiss. Oops. I don't got it. You klutz. I hope it's not a deposit bottle.
Or lead.
You know, if you think about it,
What?
Josh Brolin,
Yeah.
Sean Astin,
Mm-hmm.
and Martha Plimpton all have very, very famous parents.
Wow.
Well, that will explain why they get cast.
Mm-hmm. They just gelled really well together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good group.
They definitely cast the parts perfectly.
Today, I was looking at some of the photographs. You know, there's a lot of photographs when they were filming and stuff, and it looks like even when the kids weren't filming and they were on set, that the adults made sure that it was a nice, friendly environment for them.
Yeah.
The actor that plays Data, he
Mm.
promised his mom he wouldn't say any bad words in the movie. So the one kid, when he actually starts to try to say shit, he spells it out.
Ah,
Isn't that cute?
yeah.
See,
Oh,
they
I
think
love
that
this.
this is real money, this.
Yeah, I love this because his face, look. The reaction is deadly. $50.
Uh-huh. That's the worst fake money ever, though.
I know, yeah. Sure, it's on normal paper.
Just everything about it is just like
Yeah, American money is actually printed on cotton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also only one-sided.
Refratellis.
See, he told you. He bloody told you, and you wouldn't listen to him.
See, you always listen to the weird one.
You should always listen to the one that causes the most trouble, because he's normally right.
But
I love this part. He sees the ice cream. He
Yeah.
smells. How can you smell ice cream?
Really?
Yeah, you can't smell ice cream.
Yeah.
Can you? I never smell ice cream.
I think it's
A
just
chocolate eruption. Apple. What the
Ew.
fuck?
They've got grape.
Grape?
They've got grape,
That's
super
weird.
duper
Super
chocolate.
duper chunky.
Uh-oh.
Ah! He has the best food. He has the best.
Yeah.
It's the Smith! Ah!
He was seriously underrated in this.
I don't think he was underrated, and I think he's one of the best characters in it. Without him, I don't. You know, you need that.
I mean, it
each
adds
kid
to
had
the
their
humour.
role to play.
Yeah.
Each kid had their role to play, and they played it well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and Jeff Cohen, his sister was Mindy Cohen, who played Natalie on Facts Life. Lots of famous connections there. You know, he's an actual opera singer. Oh, is this where she slaps him? Yep.
I believe she slapped him with a leather glove. Must have been.
Yeah,
some of that.
Cheryl also said that she was told to hit him as hard as she could.
I bet you she tapped a wall.
Of course she did, man. Like, listen, as I said, like I wouldn't mind her being me granny, but at the same time, be scared shitless of her if you did that wrong.
She reminds me of your mom a bit. You don't want to fuck with her?
Is this where he makes a speech?
Yeah.
I'm stuck with the stiff. Stay. Oh.
You know, for as much as a dick as Bram is in the movie, he really was there for his little brother.
Yeah, he was there when it
shows
counted.
the perfect sibling thing. They can fight, but you protect each other.
Yeah, exactly. He's there with him now, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like even when they all start to doubt him, isn't it? The brother that kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seriously, you can enjoy this movie as a kid, as an adult, doesn't matter.
Exactly. And the kids are using bad language, which.
No, it still holds up.
Of course it does. This hasn't aged at all, man.
And it's still funny.
No, movies like this don't age. It's like Back to the
No.
Future, which you really have to watch, Cheryl.
Okay.
It doesn't age. It's.
I love the Back to the Future trilogy. I mean, I love 1 and I love 2 and I love 3.
Yeah, Cheryl's never seen them.
Never seen them, my God.
Cheryl has never seen Back to the Future. Tell her she doesn't know what she's. You don't go into a big.
You don't know
long
what you're
tell her.
missing. It's absolutely brilliant.
I understand. Well, for whatever reason, I didn't watch it when it came out, and then everyone made such a big deal about it. So now I'm afraid.
Yes, so now she's afraid to watch it just in case because everybody's overhyped it now, and she's afraid she'll be disappointed. So that's why she won't watch it.
Right.
Which I can
call.
Yeah, which I can understand a little bit, but she won't be disappointed, will she?
No.
First movie is perfect.
I don't know.
I love the third movie.
It's one of my friends' reunion, so.
Yeah, so they think.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to get out and he's going to get to the police and tell them.
Has Sherry lost her glasses?
Yeah.
My sister had this poster and Stand By Me movie poster in her bedroom.
This is so funny again.
I tell you, they're more bright than LEDs.
He nearly made it and all though. Like, if he hadn't have pulled that over that fucking car.
Yeah, he picked the wrong car.
Oh dear.
He's like, damn it.
I mean, when you're a kid, you're that age, you don't get in a ride with a stranger. I
This
mean,
would be my luck.
yeah, you're chancing your luck.
I love his scream.
Yeah. Like, never talk to a stranger at the car make sure they put on the light first. He's brilliant at it. Even
And
his
he's back
reaction.
in, he's back in with the corpse.
He's like, no.
You know, this is the funny scene coming up here when they
Yeah.
start messing with the water pipes.
Mm-hmm.
I love this man.
I like this bit. He's trying to get some water.
Everything about this movie is just pure gold.
There's not one part of this movie I don't like.
I know, it's just so funny. This shower scene and all scene, I'm funny. Look, King's face, look.
Who grabs him like that anyway?
This is funny. This is Troy. This is the
Yep.
Guns and ammo, wouldn't you know?
Troy's such a dick. You know he's a dick because they named him Troy.
It's funny how that wee bit affects the whole plumbing area in Astoria. I mean, if
Daddy.
he's calling out his daddy.
This movie's just good times.
Yeah, but without this, they wouldn't have found it.
Yeah, it's another tunnel.
But you even have the hot on?
Yeah, I'm about to do filth.
Okay.
So now they've got Chunk and Mama Fertility is taunting them.
This scene
the
is
blender.
deadly though because he starts talking about his life and all, and like it's funny when he's eating the ice cream.
And they're up the spoon out of his mouth, and you can hear the noise. Spill your guts and tell us everything. He's doing a confession to them. So it's coming up to an interesting bit. Because this is when they find the remains of Chester Copperpot. Because this is only how far he got.
Yeah, I mean Chester was in the right area. He was in the right
Yeah.
vicinity, you know.
So I get killed by this booby trap. You can see that the chains are around this big boulder here.
Well, obviously he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he never came back out. True.
And they find the old football sticker. Candles! Yeah, dynamite.
It's fucking dynamite, you bleeding clown.
Another booby trap. And it's amazing. See these rocks? They're polystyrene, and you would actually think they were really real boulders with the added sound effects and the
Kind of looks like a bit like the tunnel that Indiana was running through with
yeah, yeah. I mean the reuse sets for films and TV shows. I mean it's just if they go over budget, they need to kind of reuse.
She was right.
Whole load of bats.
Oh, this is where they find a well, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is them thinking they're rich.
Yeah, this scene even as a kid got to me then when they realised, but then Mouth says, "Well, I'm taking mine back because my
Yeah.
wish didn't come true," and it is kind of like that because I think we've all thrown money into somewhere where it's supposed to give you a look and you make a wish and it's never
Yeah.
came true, and
Yeah.
you felt like that at that moment. Very interesting that he said Martin Sheen in this movie
Yeah.
because hasn't he come out and accused Charlie Sheen of stuff against Corey, the other Corey? People's wishes. See, you know when we're quiet, you know the movie is good.
Yeah. And rips the ice cream off him. See, wishes do come true. And this is Chunk put aside by Sloth. Oh, jeez.
I love his little speech.
Yeah, it's a good speech, this.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
I love this
Yeah.
because he goes crazy.
Because it's the jacket he gave her. With Troy embroidered on it.
Oh, here he is, properly now.
Sloth.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. A baby Ruth. When he throws it over to catch him, hits him on the head.
I know.
It shows the determination of him breaking the chains and going for the chocolate bar.
Yeah, it was an accidental drug overdose, apparently. Very
Yeah.
sad.
Chuck.
Yeah, I love him. He's brilliant.
When he starts to feed him. He's not a bad person. I mean, he's like, and they keep him chained up.
Yeah, he's not a bad person. I love him
No.
because he gets to have his little moment in the movie too. On the pirate ship.
Oh, your breath smells like pig's ass. Whatever that means.
No.
Saved by the pinchers of hell. I mean, these wee plastic teeth things, you used to get them in jokes and that.
Mhm.
Is that you again, Lawrence?
Yeah, but because he tells so much lies.
Tails.
There's the gremlins. There it is there. Nice little.
It was a year after Gremlins, this film. I mean, she was supposed to kiss him, and she kissed the little brother instead.
So I just seen some sexual harassment happening there. So on the football pitch, there was 3 ducks. One was obviously female. There was two male ducks, and the female was running away from one of the male ducks, and she tried to fly away, and it'd fly after it. The three of them were after flying off into the distance. The poor female bleeding duck wants to be left alone. He was beautiful. Again, these brothers like fight and all with each other, but at the end of the day, they still like try to protect each other. It's funny.
Yeah.
This part's funny because he puts the oil on the log, doesn't he?
Slick shoes.
Thinks of everything.
Yeah. It's a kind of sort of James Bond kid, with all the gadgets and all that. I would like to have all those gadgets like that. Oh dear. I mean, this is a funny scene here. When Data turns around. Yep, that's them through now. Now this is them going down the water slide. You can see the...
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
They obviously built that to do this scene, and that's the
Yeah.
amazing thing about it.
She doesn't like it.
They also had to be very careful that none of them got hit by those things sticking out, you know?
Yeah.
So they obviously made allowances for if they flipped over or stuff.
Yeah.
But this is it now. This is where they realised they've... Geronimo.
Reminds you of Matt Smith.
This is
The
it.
catchphrase, Geronimo.
Haha.
Wow. Imagine actually seeing in real time a real pirate ship.
I know. It's deadly looking, man. Wow, man.
And it's been
Still
there
gives me
hundreds of
goosebumps to
years.
this day.
Yeah.
That's the power of a good movie.
You know what really gets me about this is because the Fratellis, I mean, they get them to get rid of all their jewels and all that they've taken and all the coins that they've taken. You know. If all the rich stuff still aboard that ship, I mean, it sails right out in the end. Imagine going into a pirate ship and it hasn't been touched in 300 years. I mean, these pirates died at their posts.
I know, that's the funny thing.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing, man. Yeah, they killed each other so nobody'd get out, so
Yeah.
they think nobody would get out, and but obviously someone did get out and
Yeah.
draw the map because they should have given Data the nickname Q with all his gadgets.
Yeah. I think that wee kid was in Gremlins. I think, you know, in the opening of Gremlins, where Rand Palser gets taken into the curiosity shop. I think he's the wee guy.
Hang on for a minute. Like, he literally brought them to the ship, right?
Yeah.
And they're giving out because there's no god. Like, he proved he was right, his little shits.
Yeah.
Ungrateful little bastards.
Yeah. And that's the last trap.
Yeah.
But when they're sitting all around the table and all the coins and all that, and the jewels, the rubies and the diamonds and the emeralds all sitting there. I mean, that's just a pure fantasy, that, to find that. There he is. One-Eyed Willie. One-Eyed Willie.
Again, he always has these little speeches and stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, what you all doing just standing there?
Wow, look at all those gold coins.
I know. In fairness, though, that was a trap, yeah?
Yeah.
As soon as he picked a few of those gold coins up, those should have
Yeah.
triggered. That was the one thing that now I'm
Yeah.
just pointing out. I'm sorry I'm being a prick, but like.
I mean, I feel sorry for them because they had the Fertillis emptied all their pockets and all that, and their stash, and get rid of their stash. I mean, all of that stuff. I mean, would have been great if they had
Yeah.
kept it. I mean, even the Fratellis didn't even get to take all the coins and jewels as well. They just managed to get to swim away. He's got a pearl necklace.
Like, I mean, they didn't have to take the kids' gold because
No.
there was plenty there anyway. But
Yeah. But they knew that the kids were after the gold anyway, the treasure anyway, so. And there's a cut scene in this where they can encounter a giant octopus. I don't know why the giant octopus scene was cut out of this. Maybe it was because it was over time.
I don't know. I remember watching this movie with the octopus scene in it.
Yeah.
I think they showed it over here with the octopus scene.
Yeah. See, the octopus scene is at the other side of the boat when they're all in the water. They're
right.
in a bit
And
of
the
a struggle
tentacles
with
come
it.
up through the water. I remember.
Yeah.
I wonder why they cut that. Because it's kind of all part of pirate movies, isn't
Yeah.
it? The old pirate ship and the giant octopuses for some weird reason.
And it's funny why the Mandela effect didn't affect this movie. Unless it's something we don't know. Superman. We're in deep shit now.
Bang.
It does wear a hairpiece.
This is where she tries to sing him in the song and all, isn't it? And then he remembers that he got dropped on his head.
Yeah. Hey, you guy! Mama, you been bad. I think she damaged him in some way and he kind of remembers it. She throws him into the... And then he goes in. I mean, it's well done. It's well done visual effects. Oh, she's climbing back aboard. You see that she lifts it. She didn't. Well, the girl didn't put her hand in it, but she didn't lift it. So the booby trap's going to release the boat. I mean, how did the ship get out if it's caved in? I mean, really? And it would take a big rock fall to kind of get that ship out.
Didn't they say that they brought the ship in? They were working for years to set up the booby traps and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a real ship. But afterwards,
I
no
think
one
that
knew he
that
had a
that all
disease with it.
caves away and
Oh, it was a real ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slaw.
I've actually got this in DVD and Blu-ray. I think it's got the extras of the octopus.
Yeah.
By the way, they don't say it in the movie or anything, but the screenwriter and everything that Sloth's Chunk's family adopted Sloth,
Yeah.
and they gave him a bar mitzvah because he was family.
All right.
At the same time, I wish there was a Goonies 2, but it would detract away from the success of the first one. And you don't know what they would do with Hollywood. I mean, they could make it woke and that and destroy it and put too much agenda pushing in it. I mean, this is just fine for its time. I mean, it's funny and above all, it's an innocent adventure. I mean, it's a selfless adventure going out and searching for buried treasure, just to protect your family, like that, and prevent something from happening. It was going to change their life forever and make them go somewhere else that they didn't want to go and lose their home, their memories.
What?
I like this scene when
I honestly thought though that the housekeeper was going to steal the diamonds.
No.
Yeah.
They got him a pizza. Pneumonia.
Huh?
His dad's got a camera.
Yeah. I love it. Because it.
Oh.
Mm.
This is a family movie. It really is. I mean, it's families getting together and appreciating what they have.
Ah, you're my best invention. I love that.
Yeah.
Ah.
He feels kind of disappointed because they kind of let them all down. But he doesn't realise because his marble bag was never checked by the Fertillis.
Yeah.
And it's got diamonds and rubies in it. And Rosalita's just checking the stuff. And his inhaler's done. You see the Chinese language come up.
I love the way his ears are wiggling.
Yeah. I think it was the animatronic thing, what it could have been. It could have been a kind of wee pump thing, and he was pressing it inside his costume or something like that, and the ears were wiggling. I don't know.
What a wanker.
Yep.
Ah.
And this is the marble bag.
Yeah. I thought, yeah. She's telling him not to sign.
Yeah. Look at that. And you wonder how much money that would have made, the stones. See, Data says the octopus was very scary. This is a pirate ship.
It looks deadly in this water.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. Look at that.
I mean, they could get a boat right out to that and save it. I mean, it just sets off to the sunset, that boat. I mean, the pirate ship.
Bye, Willie. That's it, you old Willie. He saved your town. Ah, that is deadly.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? What can I say?
It's one of the best films of the 80s. One of many.
Definitely. This is, look, I was quiet through most of that because, and so are you, because it's that good. I mean, they don't make, I'm sorry, what anybody says out there, they don't make movies like this anymore. They're afraid to make movies like this, to be quite honest. Or there's no creative.
I don't think they've got the creative talent anymore. I think they just only want
look at what they had to
agenda
work
pushing.
with. As you said, they reuse sets as well.
Yeah.
They're very clever people, and they were able to tell a different story.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's ridiculous that they can't make movies like this. But I love this movie, and I'm gonna give this a 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 as well.
There's no point stocking here this week for this. There's nothing bad about this movie from start to finish. It is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And even with that cutscene taken out, it doesn't make a difference to the movie. It does. I'm being honest. I prefer it myself personally because it adds that extra little bit of danger.
Yeah.
But I can see why they took it out. It might be a bit of overkill as far as the directors and the writers were concerned. But I did like it because I remember that I did actually see that version.
And you can watch it over and over again and never get bored of it. It's one of these kind of films that just captures your imagination, and it does it every time. I mean, that's over 30 years ago, nearly, I think 36 years ago. I don't know, but it kind of shows you that film has stood the test of time. I mean, it's still got a family element to it, and it's still good. It's still very entertaining.
Chris gives it a 9.5 out of 10. How dare you? Money messing. Yeah, it's a good movie. Deserves the high score. If there's anybody else in the chat that would like to leave the rating before we head off, please let us know. Now, just to let you know, next week we'll obviously have another movie coming to you. We haven't decided yet. We'll put up a poll. But on Thursday, we start, not this tomorrow, obviously, next Thursday, we start their Sliders watch-alongs. So if you want to join us for that, let us know. And remember, we got Classic and New Who over the weekend, Third Zone Talks. Super Doctor, is there anybody you'd like to show your own channel, any social media?
I've got a channel under Real Super Doctor on YouTube, and I've got a Twitter account under Real Super Doctor. Grand,
and me and my co-host will be back next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have Alpha with us as well. And
I actually suggested the film Critters. I mean, that's a funny film. The first one, the original one, is very good.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll put that part of a poll of the next movie that I've chosen. So you're choosing Critters. I will put my movie choice, and then we put it in a poll, and we let people vote. I won't tell you what my choice is until I put the poll up.
That's great.
So yeah, that's been it. Listen, come and join us every Wednesday for them. Get the popcorn ready. Get your DVDs. I'm pretty sure now that most places are opening up. So go out and start buying all those classic movies, because I'm pretty sure we will come along a movie that you have, and we'll be doing it. Because there's some great movies during the 80s as well. And I won't just focus on the 80s, obviously, but the 80s is, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best decades for movies. Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, you had some of the greatest movies around that time period. So we got loads to do. Right. So that's it. Oh, before we do leave, go and check out Daniel's channel, folks. He's doing these Line of Duty reviews, and go and support him. You know yourself, because people like Daniel in the fandom, they put a lot of hard work and effort into what they do, and it's nice to see them get that little bit of support. So if you could support Daniel's channel, I really appreciate it. And obviously Real Super Doctor's channel, Alpha Omega, also has a channel, our other co-host. And of course, my other channel, The Irish Geek. Check them all out. We will talk to you on Friday. So enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your evening, wherever you are in the world. And we'll talk soon. Real Super Doctor, thank you for joining me tonight. It was a pleasure.
No problem.
Having you on. And I'll see you over the weekend as well.
Yeah, for the watch along of the classic.
Yeah.
If you want me to do the New Who watch along as well, because I'm happy to do that.
No problem. Sure. That'd probably be a good idea, because the New Who.
I mean, I like the Matt Smith era, and there's a lot of good stuff in it.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to join me. You know that.
Yeah, that's great.
Fantastic. You'll see myself and Real Super Doctor over the weekend. So come and join us. We'll see you soon, folks.
Goodbye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.